Every spring, as winter slowly loosens its grip on the American landscape, a quiet transformation begins beneath the soil. In long, carefully prepared fields, stretching across California, Washington, and Michigan, asparagus spears begin pushing upward, sometimes growing several inches in a single day. To the casual shopper, asparagus may seem like just another vegetable. But for American farmers, asparagus represents one of the most time-sensitive, labor-intensive, and precision-driven crops in modern agriculture. Each year, more than 60 million pounds of asparagus are produced in the United States. Behind that number lies a tightly coordinated system involving years of preparation, skilled labor, advanced machinery, and high-speed processing, all working against the clock. Today, we step inside that system. Unlike most vegetables, asparagus does not reward farmers quickly. Before a single spear is harvested, asparagus plants must grow uninterrupted for 2 to 3 full years. During this time, farmers focus entirely on strengthening the underground crown, the plant's energy reservoir. Only once this root system is fully developed can the plant support repeated harvesting. And once it does, the harvest window is intense. For roughly 6 to 8 weeks each spring, fields must be checked daily. Miss a single day, and spears can grow too tall, become fibrous, or lose market value. This short, unforgiving window is what makes asparagus farming so demanding. Harvesting begins before sunrise. In the cool morning air, farmers and workers walk slowly along the rows, scanning the soil for spears that have reached the ideal height. Each cut matters. Using sharp knives, bows, workers slice the spear cleanly at ground level, careful not to disturb the crown below. Damaging it could reduce yields for weeks, or even years. Every spear is placed carefully into containers, aligned to avoid bending. Speed matters, but so does control. A rushed cut can ruin quality. This is why, despite advances in automation, human judgment remains critical in asparagus harvesting.
Watch the next bin coming up.
Got it. This one is full.
Careful near the tractor.
White asparagus takes this complexity even further. To produce white asparagus, farmers must prevent sunlight from reaching the growing spears. This is done by covering rows with soil ridges or thick fabric sheets that block light entirely. The result is a spear industrially identical in structure, but dramatically different in flavor, texture, and market value. Harvesting white asparagus requires additional steps. Each protective layer must be lifted at exactly the right moment. Too early, and the spear turns green. Too late, and it becomes overgrown underground. On large farms, mechanized platforms now perform this task with remarkable precision. Modern asparagus harvesting machines are not designed for speed alone. They are designed for precision and plant preservation. Workers sit or lie on slow-moving platforms that glide along the rows. From this position, they can harvest continuously without bending or stepping between plants. For white asparagus, advanced machines lift dozens of fabric covers simultaneously, exposing spears just long enough for harvesting before covering them again. Some systems now incorporate sensor-guided mechanisms that detect spear position beneath the surface, adjusting pressure automatically to avoid root damage. This technology reduces physical strain on workers while dramatically increasing daily output. In the most advanced operations, asparagus harvesting is now partially automated. Sensor arrays scan the rows, identifying spears that meet strict height and thickness criteria. Mechanical cutters slice at the base, while integrated conveyor belts carry the spears upward in a continuous flow. For green asparagus, automation focuses on speed and consistency. For white asparagus, it focuses on delicacy. In both cases, the goal is the same: maximize yield without sacrificing quality. Once harvested, asparagus enters its most critical phase. Fresh asparagus begins losing quality almost immediately after cutting. This is why processing facilities are often located within minutes of the fields. At the factory, spears move through automated washing systems designed to remove soil and field debris without bruising the surface. Water temperature, pressure, and flow are tightly controlled. Next comes sorting. Machines separate asparagus by length, diameter, and straightness, creating uniform batches that meet retail standards. Any spear that fails inspection is removed from the fresh market stream. After sorting, asparagus is rapidly cooled. Cold water baths and misting systems slow respiration, locking in freshness before packaging. For fresh sales, asparagus is packed into breathable containers designed to maintain humidity while preventing gas buildup. These packages are labeled, tracked, and moved into cold storage, often within hours of harvest. For long-term preservation, asparagus follows a different path. Canning allows asparagus to be stored for up to 2 years without refrigeration. The process begins with trimming spears to uniform lengths. They are then blanched in hot water to soften fibers, preserve color, and eliminate bacteria. Once packed into cans, a mild preserving solution is added. The cans are sealed and subjected to high-pressure sterilization, a process that ensures safety while retaining texture and flavor. This method allows asparagus harvested in a narrow seasonal window to be consumed year-round across the country. Green and white asparagus may come from the same plant, but their characteristics differ significantly. Green asparagus develops chlorophyll, giving it a stronger flavor and higher antioxidant content. White asparagus, grown without light, is milder and easier to digest. The added labor, equipment, and risk involved in producing white asparagus explain its higher market price and reputation as a premium ingredient. What truly defines the American asparagus industry is not technology alone, but the balance between human expertise and mechanical precision. Machines increase efficiency, workers provide judgment, farmers coordinate timing, soil health, labor, and logistics across massive operations. Every spear that reaches the table represents thousands of small decisions made across fields and factories. Next time asparagus appears on a plate, it may look simple, but behind it lies a system that runs on timing, discipline, and innovation, repeated every spring, without pause. This is not just farming, it is an industrial choreography between nature and technology, and it happens quietly, every year. Under the first light of dawn, the air is filled with the scent of earth and morning dew. Across the wide green fields, millions of young tomato plants reach toward the sky, their leaves shimmering under the golden sun. Here begins the incredible story of one of the world's most beloved fruits, the tomato. It is a journey that stretches from seed to soil, from factory to family table. Behind every bright red tomato lies the care, patience, and dedication of farmers, workers, and countless hands that make this simple fruit a global staple. Long before the first seed touches the soil, the preparation begins. Farmers start by plowing the land, turning the soil to loosen it and allow air and moisture to reach deep into the ground. The soil is tested carefully. To restore fertility, compost or well-decomposed manure is added, blending with the soil to create a soft, fertile base. Then the land is leveled and shaped into long ridges. In many modern farms, drip irrigation lines are laid along each row, ensuring every plant receives just the right amount of water while minimizing waste. This early preparation, though invisible to the casual eye, decides the success of the entire crop. Farmers select high-quality seeds, tiny golden grains no larger than a pinhead. These seeds are sown into trays, filled with soft, moist soil and kept inside greenhouses. Here, temperature and humidity are carefully controlled to provide the perfect environment for germination. Within a week, tiny green shoots appear. By the time they reach 15 to 20 centimeters tall, with sturdy stems and deep green leaves, they are ready to face the open field. Early in the morning, when the air is cool and calm, farmers begin transplanting. The young plants are carefully lifted from the nursery and placed into the prepared soil. They are spaced evenly, about half a meter apart, allowing each plant room to grow and breathe. After transplanting, the first irrigation begins. Gentle streams of water flow through the drip lines, moistening the soil and helping the roots settle in. Plastic mulch is often spread along the rows to retain moisture, prevent weeds, and keep the fruits clean once they begin to form. Over the next few weeks, the plants adapt to their new home. They grow taller and stronger, and soon, small yellow flowers begin to bloom. Tomatoes are sensitive plants that demand constant attention. Throughout their growing period, farmers monitor them closely. Farmers regularly prune extra leaves to improve air circulation and sunlight exposure. Watering follows a strict rhythm. Too much water causes cracking. Too little leads to stunted growth. With modern technology, many farms now use sensors to measure soil moisture and deliver water precisely where it's needed. They start out small and green. Week by week, they grow larger, turning from pale yellow to vibrant orange, and finally, the deep red color that signals ripeness. In the morning sun, the fields seem to glow with endless rows of red fruit, the season's reward. Harvesting is both an art and a race against time. Tomatoes are delicate. One wrong move can bruise or crush them. For fresh market tomatoes, workers harvest by hand, twisting each fruit gently from the stem and placing it into shallow baskets. They pick only those that are fully colored but still firm, ensuring they can survive transportation. For large-scale production, especially for tomatoes destined for sauces and canned goods, mechanical harvesters are used. These powerful machines can pick several tons per hour, gently shaking the vines and collecting only ripe fruit. Once harvested, the tomatoes are shaded immediately to prevent overheating and loaded onto clean trucks. Every minute counts. Fresh tomatoes begin to soften within hours of being picked. At the processing plant, the journey continues. Trucks filled with bright red tomatoes arrive and are weighed before unloading. The tomatoes are poured onto long stainless steel conveyor belts and carried into the washing section. Powerful water jets and rotating brushes remove dirt, stems, and leaves, leaving only clean, shiny fruit. Next comes the inspection line, where workers and optical scanners work side by side. Cameras detect imperfections, while human eyes catch subtle details machines may miss. Damaged or overripe tomatoes are separated and repurposed into animal feed or organic fertilizer. Nothing goes to waste. Before tomatoes can be turned into sauce, juice, or paste, they must be peeled. In most factories, this is done using steam blanching. The tomatoes are briefly exposed to hot steam that loosens their skin. The skins are then blown off by air pressure or gently removed by rollers. Once peeled, the tomatoes are crushed and pass through sieves to separate seeds and fibers. The resulting pulp is rich, fragrant, and ready for cooking. For whole peeled or diced tomatoes, the heating process is shorter to maintain texture. Each product requires precise temperature control and timing, a blend of science and craftsmanship. From here, the thick red mixture flows through sterile pipes to the filling section. Automated machines fill hot tomato sauce or paste into sterilized cans, glass jars, or pouches. Each container is sealed instantly to keep out air and preserve freshness. After cooling, labels are applied, showing the brand, origin, batch number, and date of production. Each can or jar is carefully inspected before being packed into cardboard boxes. Forklifts move the boxes to the storage area, where they are stacked on pallets, ready for shipment. While factories handle processing,
The crimping on this Chiao can seems slightly off right here.
I see what you...
Millions of tomatoes take a different path. The fresh market. After sorting and cleaning, these tomatoes are placed into ventilated crates lined with soft paper. Behind this global success are the people. The farmers who wake before sunrise, the workers who pick and sort, and the factory teams who process and package with precision. For many rural communities, tomato farming provides stable income and supports local economies. It creates jobs, builds infrastructure, and connects villages to global markets. Their dedication is visible in every step, from planting the seeds to sealing the final can. Remember, you are not just tasting a fruit. You are tasting months of effort, patience, and passion from countless people across the world. That is the journey of the tomato, a symbol of life, growth, and the timeless bond between humanity and the land.